Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Super Simple Reviews. My name is Alex, and today I have another great video for you because we are going to take a look at Netflix's newest hit series, Squid Game. So in case you didn't know, which I think is highly impossible, Netflix recently released a Korean drama series by the name of Squid Game, and it quickly became one of the most popular shows in the entire world. I would also assume at this point a lot of you have already seen this show, but just in case some of you haven't, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. The show follows a man named Seong-gi-han, played by Lee Jong-jae, who is basically your down on your luck, no job type of individual who just so happens to pile up a massive amount of debt for himself. We've all been there, am I right? Also, yeah, I had to put a jacket on. It's a little chilly in my room. Gi-han also has a daughter that he loves and hopes to take care of, but of course always ends up coming up short when it means the most. This, along with the massive amount of debt that I mentioned earlier, causes him to meet a man on a subway who offers him something that he won't be able to turn down: a chance to win massive amounts of money by simply playing children's games. After a long and grueling match with the guy in the subway, he is then handed a card with a couple symbols and a number on the back, and when he decides to call this number, he is told to meet somebody at a particular location. Upon arriving there, a van shows up, and when he enters, he is knocked out with gas and sent to some place, presumably an island way off in the middle of nowhere, with about 500 other people who are also here to play Squid Game. So Squid Game is not technically the name of what they're doing. Squid Game is the name of one of the games they play, and it's a Korean game that I've never heard of, but whatever. So throughout these games, of these 500 players, there are a few that stand out to me specifically, two of them being Ali and Song-woo. Straight out the gate, Ali is set up to be a really sweet and caring man who only made a mistake, you could say, by punching his boss and stealing money that was owed to him, which again is a double-edged sword. I condone getting money that's owed to you, but I don't condone violence to get that money. And then there's Song-woo, who at first is set up to be like the star athlete of this whole thing, but throughout the show you notice slowly starts to lose his sanity and what makes him human, till by the end of the show just being a downright piece of shit that nobody likes. And there is a classic debate going on right now about who had the sadder death in the series. Is it Ali or it was Ji-young? If you don't know who Ji-young was, she was the girl that played marbles with Se-byuk toward the end. That was really, really sad. I think personally she had the sadder death. Out of her and Ali, she was the worst. Because, again, I feel like with Ali's case, like, yes, he did get the money that was owed to him, but he did a shitty thing to another person to get that money, and that's why he ended up being cheated himself. But we're getting too political about it now. We're starting arguments that don't need to be started. Let's focus on the video. And now the jacket comes back off. But yeah, Gong Yoo is also in this movie too. If you don't know Gong Yoo, he's from the movie Train to Busan, which is one of the greatest zombie movies I've ever seen. Probably will talk about it someday on this channel. And before we go, I actually wanted to talk about two more things in the show that I think really bothered me, and the first being the controversial ending. So with the ending of a show like this, you can kind of predict very early on that the main character is going to be the one that wins the game, and in this show it's the same case. But what really makes the ending kind of piss poor to me is the fact that everything that Gi-hun went through resulted in him losing basically everything he had, but gaining more money, than any human being should rationally ever own. And understandably, he doesn't want to use that money because he feels like that money is soaked in blood, and he's got a point. But at the same time, he spent his entire life so miserable and just with nothing, it would make sense for him to see this money as a way to turn his life around. which he starts to do at the very end of the last episode. And right before he boards that damn plane to go see his daughter, he decides to be a crap father one more time and turn his back on her, and decides to go after the people because he just could not let it go. And I think that's a pretty dookie ending, honestly, considering that he deserves to be happy and he deserves to be with his family, but now everything that he's been through has him so messed up mentally, he just feels it's time to go Punisher on everybody who hosts Squid Game. And I mean, obviously that's a bait for season 2, but it just really annoyed me. And on to the second thing is the final 2 player deaths in the series, which are Se-byuk and Sung-woo. I feel like Se-byuk's death was so freaking pointless because Sung-woo literally just killed her to move on to the next phase, in which he ended up killing himself anyway. And in my opinion, she had a hell of a lot more to live for than either one of the 2 who ended the game. So it was really, really disappointing to see that as well. And Sung-woo, it was pretty pointless, like I said, for him to have done what he did and killed as many people as he killed or was responsible for killing, and then to just off himself at the end because he just could not let Gi-hun back down from that money. I mean, it's admirable, but at the same time, with everything he's been through, he just gave up. But I mean, of course, this is my own personal opinion. You can take it how you will. It was a fantastic show, and yeah, let's move on to the ending of this video. Yeah, I'd love to sit here and talk all day about it, but again, it's a 9-hour runtime show, and there's just so much that would have to be covered in that 9 hours. And I mean, yeah, I'm just a little measly review channel. But yeah, with all that being said, let's wrap up the quick little review on Squid Game, and there's going to be a couple bulletin points that I really want to discuss right now. First of which being the ill-fated Candyman videos. At this point, I am just completely sure that the Candyman videos are cursed, and my computer just downright does not want any of the beef Candyman's bringing, because for some reason my computer literally just kept deleting the footage. It was every time I would record something, I would save it, I would throw it in Filmora, which is what I use to edit stuff, and I would start editing it down, I would start putting in the jokes and all that stuff, and then out of nowhere, everything I worked on had been corrupted. And it was such a pain in the ass to deal with for literally like 4.5 weeks straight that I finally just caved and said it's not worth it anymore. And yeah, unfortunately it doesn't look like I'm going to be finishing the Candyman series anytime soon, which is why I moved straight on to Squid Game. Bulletin point 2 being, if you do not follow the Facebook page, then you probably wouldn't know, but I actually did just drop a list of what I'm about to be doing for the next month. And after this one, we are going to have a Halloween special. It'll be the movie Trick or Treat, which is a fantastic anthology film about Halloween. After that, we are going to be doing Scream 2 and 3 and 4 to wrap up that series. It'll probably be one big long video if I can help it. And then from there, we're going to branch off and we're going to do some comedy and some sci-fi, because I am getting requests for those too, and I don't want to ignore everybody who's requesting stuff from me. And third and final bulletin is just an all-out appreciation for appreciation for everybody who has liked the videos, commented, subscribed to the channel. When I first started doing this, I literally thought I would be like a 4 or 5 subscriber channel and that would be it. But I mean, in like a month, I'm almost to 30 already, which to some people would sound really dookie, but to me, that's a milestone. And it's really incredible to have 26 subscribers as this video is being made. I'm very grateful to even have 26 people. There goes my cat. There goes my cat again. I'm super grateful to even have 26 people that, you know, would click subscribe so that they can regularly see this content. You guys are awesome. And let's try to get it to 100. Let's branch out and try to see if we can get 100 people to subscribe to this channel. Again, thank you all for watching this. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to comment down below if you also were a fan of Squid Game, or if you feel like I should have talked a little bit more about it or what have you. I love opinions. And yeah, that's going to do it for this review. I will see you guys Halloween night for Trick or Treat, and as always, have a great one.